Maintain healthy weight with these natural anti-obesity agents. Well, that sounds pretty incredible. It's that easy, right? Eat some certain foods, you lose some weight, you don't gain any weight. Perfect. Well, not quite. And I think it's important to break articles like this down because so many people are trying to lose weight and trying to lose fat, and of course are given really bad information. So let's break this down a bit. But before we do, I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski. Welcome to the channel. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Otherwise, you'll never know when any of my new videos are coming out. And then check out my whole library of natural health videos at www.drz.tv. Now, when I see articles like this, I'm very specific to point out that eating certain foods is likely not going to help you just magically burn fat, right? We see all these eat these foods, they help you burn fat. In fact, I've done videos that tell people eat these certain foods, they help you burn fat. Well, the truth is that they do. But in reality, is if you are somebody who's overweight, you aren't going to just start eating these foods and find that you have tremendous weight loss, okay? But they're always good to know because if you are trying to lose weight, there's no reason you can't sprinkle them in your diet. Just don't count on them. If you're 200 pounds, 250 pounds, you're obese and you're like, I'm going to lose some weight, don't just start eating these foods thinking you're going to get to where you need to be. Now, first on our list is going to be cinnamon, okay? When we think big picture, cinnamon is a spice that's delicious. Now, first of all, it's not cinnamon rolls or cinnamon French toast or anything other cinnamon-related foods that are loaded with sugar. We have to make sure that we are just looking at it in the way of cinnamon, adding some cinnamon to a really healthy smoothie, or maybe you're even supplementing with it, anything like that, okay? Now, cinnamon's incredible because it has been shown to help people who are suffering from insulin resistance fight that, okay? So basically this research goes on to say that they had participants in the study that lost weight. They were able to reduce their BMI. Well, the fact is that, well, if you're reducing insulin resistance in the body, then you will, in fact, lose weight as well. So that's one of the great things about it. Now, one of the other things that it says about cinnamon that not too many people know is that it actually will help stimulate the development of brown fat. Now, brown fat is considered to be a healthy type of fat. It's towards the upper part of your back. It's towards your clavicle areas. Now, this brown fat actually is associated with an improved metabolism and also associated with just healthier people overall. That's why you can see things like cold therapy, where you sit in cold water, you go to these cryotherapy chambers. It helps stimulate brown fat, which will help boost your metabolism up. So cinnamon is associated with that, which is pretty cool. Now, the next on our list is going to be cacao or dark chocolate. Now, I had told people in one of my videos several months ago at this point that they need to make sure that they are consuming a little bit of dark chocolate. It's really good for them. I mean, if you don't like it, then don't worry about it. But hey, it's loaded with antioxidants. It has lots of benefits to it. It's a healthy fat. And somebody said to me, well, you know, one of the things that educators typically do that's a major disservice to people is that they don't tell people that they need to make sure it's sugar-free and it's, you know, just good old chocolate, okay? Well, here's the deal. I assume that people knew that they shouldn't be eating Hershey's bars. Apparently, that was too much to assume. So we have to make sure that when we're choosing chocolate, that it's at least 70–80% cacao, and that's where you're going to get the optimal health benefits from it, okay? So realize that that's something you want to make sure that you're doing, but it helps with fat loss. Now, citrus and citrus extracts. Now, I don't know if any of you remember the grapefruit diet, which was very big when I was a kid. You wake up in the morning and you just have a grapefruit, and that helps lose a ton of weight. Now, one of the things that we have to always look at with any of these silly little diets that come up is that, first of all, if you're just having a grapefruit for breakfast, it's a heck of a lot better than a bagel or sugar-filled cereal, okay? It's a heck of a lot better than toast covered in a sugar-filled jelly. However, it's not the grapefruit alone that's just going to start causing you to lose weight. And that's why I said from the very beginning, look, don't just start throwing these foods in your diet and thinking that you can lose weight automatically. It's just not going to happen. Now, there's a 12-week study on overweight adults found that supplementation with a citrus extract powder resulted in a significant reduction in body fat compared to the placebo. A 2008 study on citrus-based dietary supplements saw participants lose weight and reduce their overall bodily fat, okay? So they think it's due to the polyphenols in it. There's a lot of reasons, but we also have to realize is that they actually use a supplement. So what they did is they pulled out all the sugar from it, and therefore you weren't eating just like that grapefruit alone, which has sugar in it, and then getting both the sugar and the benefits from the citrus. You're just in this study getting the benefits from the citrus. So you can also do things like adding a little lemon juice to your water. That's also a very low sugar citrus-based fruit that, is beneficial as well. Lots of benefits to these, far beyond weight loss, okay? Citrus-based fruits are very good for you. Now, green coffee extract. Now, I don't know if anybody is old enough to remember the green coffee extract supplements that you could find everywhere. It was the hottest thing in weight loss. Get on these green coffee extract supplements and you'll start losing weight. And people did. They actually did. Just like you could take some citrus supplements and start losing weight too. But the fact is that you don't want to rely on them. If it's something that add a little fuel to the fat burning fire, why not? But don't rely on this stuff. There's a 2020 review of and meta-analysis on studies of green coffee extract on anthropometric measures in adults found that the supplement had a beneficial effect on body weight, BMI, and waist size. Research determined that the GCE could provide a safe, cost-effective alternative to the treatment of obesity. Okay, so there you go. Some green coffee extract. Once again, shouldn't be relying on it, but something you could throw in there. Now, soup is another big one that you see all the time, where people started eating soup and they lost weight. Are you old enough to remember the cabbage soup diet? Put in the comments below if you remember all of these things. Now, look, I grew up and my mom was always trying to lose weight after kids, and just like any woman is, or any healthy, conscious adult, they're trying to lose weight. And you use the best available information that you have at the time. So eating a grapefruit for breakfast was one of them, eating cabbage soup. Now, here's the thing about these different diets that include eating soup, or even when you look at soup in general for losing weight. Typically, what do you find in soup, right? You're going to find some broth, sometimes it's bone broth, lots of veggies. If in the case of cabbage soup, that's all veggies. You're going to find that it fills you up, so naturally you can consume fewer calories and hardly even notice it. So soup is good for a lot of reasons. Now, people who are maybe eating like chicken noodle soup or some pasta type of soup, it's just not going to help you lose weight. Using like pasta noodles, by the way. And it's not going to help you lose weight because there's tons of carbohydrates and calories in there. But if you're eating a good vegetable-based soup that's got like some protein and mostly veggies, and then it's got a good healthy broth, it's going to help you lose weight. You're going to consume fewer calories because there's not too many calories in a bowl of soup like that. All the time, if my wife and I, we have soup for dinner, and it's a good veggie-based soup, it's delicious, but we'll find that just a couple hours later, we're like, oh, we're hungry again. But in general, soup can be a really good weight loss tactic. Include more soup into your diet, get more fresh vegetables, make sure that you're getting good enough portion so that you're not just crushing your metabolism through eating way too few calories. But add some soup in and it really helps. Next is spirulina. Now, let's look at the studies here. There have been numerous studies on the use of spirulina as a weight loss aid, including a 2019 systemic review and meta-analysis that found spirulina supplementation had a significant effect on body fat percentage and anthropometric indices, such as waist circumference. A 2016 study found that 3 months of regular consumption of spirulina not only improved BMI and weight loss, but also results in improvement in blood pressure and endothelial function. So basically what it really comes down to is that you can sprinkle some of this in and it helps, okay? But don't rely on it. Now, the other thing I want to just bring up, because as we talk about these foods and me giving you an honest shake on weight loss, what you really have to always come back down to is exercise. Are you exercising, right? Because not only do you want to lose weight, but you want to tone your muscles, right? So that you look better. So are you exercising? And then what are you eating? What is the quality of food that you are going to eat on a daily basis? Very important. Just like cinnamon helps you reduce weight, well, just eating a no sugar diet helps you reduce weight. So we do have to really lean into a proper diet. I like following moderate keto diets, and I wrote a cookbook on a moderate keto diet. I'll put a link in the description below. It's called Heal Yourself Diet, because we find that so many people following this very simple diet that's delicious have been able to reverse many health conditions and also just get their life back on track. It's no sugar, it's no grains, it's super healthy. So making sure that you're eating a proper diet, and then of course make sure that you're not overeating. This is a huge problem for many people. Don't overeat. If you need to count your calories, count your calories, but only count your calories after you make sure you clean up your diet. Healthy diet, count your calories, add in some intermittent fasting, exercise, that's great. And then the other thing that you can do in order to make sure that you are promoting weight loss is you can go in and add all of these different methods in. And when you add them all in, it's almost effortless, okay? You don't even have to think about dieting. It's like, oh, I'm eating healthy foods, I'm fasting. Naturally, you calorie restrict with those two methods, and all of a sudden, weight loss comes pretty easy. So be sure to check out all my videos on the channel so that you can improve your health naturally.